Hi, I'm Chris Gronau.
And I'm Kris Krainock.
Welcome to the first edition of What We Think,
the movie reviewing portion of our website. But today we have a special treat. We're going to talk about last night's Oscars. You're thinking, why is one guy always out of shape and the other guy's always in good shape when it comes to movie reviews? I really don't know.
I've been trying to go to the gym, man. I mean, lighten up.
And so when you work for a body as hard as I do, I want that same kind of dedication by my partner.
Will do.
Okay, as long as we got that out of the way.
Anyways, let's move on to the subject at hand.
Oscars. Big night for the movie community last night. It was it was an interesting show. A lot of upsets, kind of, in my opinion.
You know, I have to say we should give it up for James Franco and Anne Hathaway. They did a great job hosting last night. I have no clue why they've been getting such bad reviews. I thought James Franco was hilarious.
They've been getting a bad rap. Absolutely, I agree. James Franco was hilarious, and Anne Hathaway did a very good job.
She looked gorgeous too.
She did look gorgeous. I agree with Kirk Douglas, who is possibly the oldest man living. So
yes.
That's amazing that he came out and did such a great job.
So for Best Original Screenplay, the winner was The King's Speech. Now we had Another Year, The Fighter, we had Inception, The Kids Are All Right, and then as well The King's Speech. How do you feel about the winner of that?
Well, you know, I'm kind of biased because I love The King's Speech. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic story. It was a long film to be made. I mean, many years it took to get this story kind of ironed out, and I really admire that. But part of me deep down just wanted to see Chris Nolan get some recognition because he's really been passed over. I mean, he's such an amazing director. But because of The Dark Knight being related to comic books, it really kind of got that kind of stamp on it, and he really hasn't been given the credit he deserves.
See, what I feel is for Best Dialogue, The King's Speech definitely won. I mean, it had some really witty dialogue, very well written. But as far as story structure and like the whole concept, I'd go with Inception. So moving on to achievements in film editing. We have Black Swan, The Fighter, The King's Speech, 127 hours, and The Social Network took the win. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a shock.
Yeah, I mean, you know, The Social Network was jumping through time quite a bit. I mean, there were a lot of elements to it. For me, honestly, The Social Network did deserve these things if I hadn't seen Black Swan, 127 hours, Inception. You know, it was a great movie until I saw the other ones. And they just kept getting better and better and better.
Okay, so let's move on to your department, which is directing. So we have Darren Aronofsky, David O. Russell, Tom Hooper, David Fincher, Joel and Ethan Coen.
Tom Hooper won for The King's Speech, a superbly directed film. Was really, you know, this may sound a bit brazen and a little too lumping it in, but it felt like a bit of a classical film.
Right.
You know, it had a very classical approach to it, and maybe because of its regal subject matter that, you know, it took that approach. But I definitely think that Darren Aronofsky should have walked away with this one. And I think that also is a little bit of that jaded, you know, that I just wish that he got more credit. But no, I mean, but Darren Aronofsky, you know, he takes you on journeys. He takes you on these really bizarre rides in a very sophisticated and impressive way. And I think the Black Swan deserved a lot more recognition this year than it got.
Well, let's take a look at achievement in cinematography. We have Black Swan, Inception, which was the winner, The King's Speech, The Social Network, and True Grit.
It's a tough one.
I was happy here.
Yeah.
For me personally, I feel like Inception really captured a lot of moments the way it should have. And I mean, just the camera work when the room was spinning, all that stuff was great. I thought it was really a visionary movie. But I do feel that 127 Hours should have won, even though it wasn't even nominated. Which is horrible. But.
Of course, yeah. I don't know if you can tell which our favorite is, but now 127 Hours really was, I mean, just visually breathtaking. Performance by an actress in a supporting role is Melissa Leo for The Fighter. And You know, I agree. I mean, The Fighter, David O. Russell's a fantastic director, of course, did Three Kings, really deserved a lot of recognition for that. Fighter was, in my opinion, a little bit mediocre, but her acting really did stand out, and I think she deserved it.
So moving on to Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role, we have Christian Bale from The Fighter being the winner.
Yeah, Christian Bale. You know, I think Jeffrey Rush, you know, was a really big contender there. I would like to see him win for The King's Speech, but at the same time, Christian Bale's performance and it was the best part of The Fighter.
So we're gonna move on to Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role. We have Colin Firth for the win in The King's Speech. Now this is kind of bittersweet because I was so glad that The Social Network didn't win this.
Right, yes. I agree.
But
although he did a great job though, and so
he did.
If you needed to look at a snarky little kid, you know, guy that needed to be that role, I mean,
absolutely.
Is there anyone better than Jesse? You know, the guy, he was perfect.
He did so well in that movie, but Colin Firth was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's kind of bittersweet because I really wanted
James Franco
127 hours to win. So, Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role.
Natalie Portman, that's all you need to know.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to the finale for Best Motion Picture of the Year. Wow, this was kind of bittersweet. I knew The King's Speech was going to win deep inside me.
I knew it as well.
But we really wanted 127 hours to win.
yeah.
Yet again.
What a surprise. Yeah, we wanted 127 hours, of course. Like I said, it's the perfect art film that was moved to the studio.
You know what? We also didn't mention Toy Story 3. It was amazing as well.
I cried 3 times.
I mean, for an animated standpoint, when you look at bringing your emotions into the, like, fake toys.
Yeah, fictitious speaking toys.
It was a great movie.
I wept.
And it seriously stood out over all the Toy Stories, over all the animated movies this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for Best Animated Movie, definitely Toy Story deserved the win. So, all in all, we enjoyed the Oscars of 2011. There were a few things that we wish would have changed.
Of course. Yeah.
But I think what we're telling you, what's left to do is tomorrow buy 127 hours ASAP.
Comes out on DVD and Blu-ray tomorrow on March 1st, and you go out and buy it, spread it around, spread the word, and hopefully Danny Boyle, I mean, I think he's at the peak of his game, and I think he's only going to get better. I mean, he's progressively gotten better. He's one of the best directors out there, and we hope to see you guys next year, and stay tuned for our new segment of movie reviews. We're going to begin with 127 hours. We'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.